Okay, so this Blazblue stick I got in 2010. Yeah, the power cord issues have become just too unavoidable at this point. So I'm wondering if I can change the power cord. One issue is these screws here in the front. I can't get them off to come off easily because I don't have a tool that fits perfectly. For example, this here is the Hori Real Arcade Pro 2 SA, and you'll see this one fits perfectly in these little screws, but here I don't have something that fits perfectly in there. See, this is too small, too big, and this is going to be too big obviously also. But maybe if I just remove the bottom part, see, here's where the power cord is. Basically now, it used to be I would just tape it, and you might see some tape marks and stuff in a certain position, like a certain stretch position like this, and that would work. But it's come to the point where no matter what, I can't get it. I can't find a position that will work for longer than like a couple seconds. So what I'm going to try to do is remove these bottom parts here and see if I can get to the power cord that way. Since it's a Mad Cat stick, basically, see, what is the number? Actually, in my unboxing video, you can see the number, but it's 0451 out of 1500. And you see, maybe I can get to this power cord. See, there's this compartment here, and you can't. There's no just real, well, it's too dark, I guess, to really see. But anyway, there's no real screws there or anything to access it. So I think maybe if I take off the bottom, if it's like the Real Arcade Pro 2 SA, then all I have to do, if I take off the bottom panel, I should be able to get to the workings. So let me just do that. I think these should be easy to remove, so I'm going to do that now. And here's something humorous. I just saw this. Never remove covers unless qualified to do so. I'm not qualified to do so, of course. Another thing is, I didn't on the initial unboxing video of this, I identified these buttons as generic, but they're not. In fact, they're both Sanwa. These are Sanwa, these are Sanwa. This is a generic stick. This is a Sanwa stick. And it's more precise, and it's less noisy too. It's not as old, but also I think it's just less noisy from the start. Anyway, I'm going to keep removing these. I'm using this little screwdriver for these little guys. So, okay, the next tricky part is these screws just keep on going. They're actually not as after you are finished unscrewing them, there's no real obvious sign, except for this one there was. I ended up using more of a blade tip because otherwise it's easy to really mess up the head of the screws, and you'll start getting some shavings. So this is just a blade tip that I just used this, and it worked. So because I can see, if I just kind of start to pry gently, that these guys are out. I just had it. You can see, well, kind of in there. I guess what's holding it down maybe is stuff from the top then? No. See, this is detached. It just doesn't, it stays, it just doesn't, there's no obvious sign telling you that it is detached. Now this one down there, that one is off. They're off. I should be able to pry this thing off, I think. Let me try, and then I'll show you the workings. Oh, it turns out this is the key. I need to take this sticker off and then unscrew this screw. So, let me do that. Okay, now we're ready to look under the hood. So there's just this little guy, shaped like the others, pretty much, like the other little 5 ones. So we should be able to pull this off. And moment of truth. There you go. So here's the panel. And like I said, these guys, I didn't know that. I thought they were going to come out, so I just kept unscrewing and unscrewing, and nothing happened. This one, this is what it looks like if it's disengaged. Oh, actually, I guess the reason why this one came out is because the nut came off. And I think oh, there it is. Yeah, it was out here. That's why it came off. Okay, so here's your buttons. Going through to the top panel here. You would have to take out all these guys, all these little dudes. Now here you can see it better this way. In order to actually get to the stick and the buttons this way. But the power cord is here. The power. So how do I get to the power cord? And that's the problem. That's what I need to fix. Well, I want to take all these guys out. For one thing, there's all this red stuff here, and I think it's maybe it's an anti. I don't know what it's for, but I mean I can take them out, but I wonder if I should. Is that the only way to get to this? To the power cord here. Well, the PCB is going to be there, so. You know, the other thing I kind of was thinking about was I could even change the cord with maybe this guy, but I'm not sure if it would be compatible. This is a PS2 PC stick, so a PS2 really, and then it works on some computer programs. So these buttons, I don't know if you would be pushing them. You can remove them by pushing them forward through if you unscrew the front panel. These guys are really close together. This stick, the stick and the buttons are pretty separated pretty well. And what you had is you have 2 different bundles. You have a bundle coming from the buttons and a bundle coming from the stick and so forth. But these are really well separated, so you can tell easily which one is which. If I need to, but I don't need to change buttons or anything. Yeah, it looks like the only way to get to the power cord is through unscrewing all these little ones. But yeah, since the stick doesn't really work anyway, I guess I will go ahead and do that. So I'll just do that now. Okay, on second thought, I'm thinking maybe I won't try to remove these screws right now. This gunk red stuff doesn't even come off easily with just like, you know, wipe and some liquid, some like non-bleach Clorox wipes or some anything like that. As you can see like it says Sanwa here on the JLF base. I don't know if you can see that really well. It says Sanwa here. Where is it? Yeah, there. You can see, I'm guessing this is the power cord right here. And you can see it's kind of hooked to the base of the JLF. And it'll run down here. It's probably blocking the light more. I try to stay away. Goes into the PCB. Past that white, up the top right of your. Oh, well, I'm gonna turn this light on. Hey, there you go. Okay, perfect. So you can see that. So even if I wanted to replace the power cord, if I cut this, well, I can't just manually detach this easily. And here's the rest of the thing. So yeah, I should use the light earlier. It looks like the power cord comes through here. I can kind of trace it a little bit. See, if I tug on it, you can't see anything happening here. But yeah, this all stays stationary. This is all kind of tied down. But it's coming up here. You can see part of it. They're under there. Comes up here to wherever the rest of the cord is. So if I wanted to just see it, it wraps around this little column here. See it? Right there in the middle. So it's going down, and then it hooks around that black column there, which is not, it doesn't go all the way to the front plate, as I guess you would expect it wouldn't. But then, and then it hooks around. See, I can't even. Oh, there's a little bit of give here, but not much. If I wanted to push this forward off of the black divider thing, then what would that accomplish? I guess I would need to cut this, because I probably manually can't just. I'll take this off and then put it back on. If I just want to get this off, actually, if I could get this. There's no screw here though. What if I take off the top panel? Maybe that could make it easier. But I know this is in the back. See, this is all the way in the bottom here. So the front panel shouldn't really do anything. I can see some gunk on the. And again, I still don't think I have something that really works well on these front screws. So. If I wanted just the JLF, this is the only sandwich JLF I have. Everything else is generic, so it would be kind of nice if the stick is gone, you know, I could transfer this. Maybe. I don't know about the compatibility. Can I put this JLF in there? I don't know. Again, the other thing I could have done is, I could have thought about is changing this PCB to a PS360 PC, or, you know, a PS360. I don't have a 360, but the PC would be nice. Wouldn't have to worry about getting like an X-Patter or something to map, or anything like that. Okay, yeah, well, I guess I'll just kind of sit tight on this. Power cord, I can't easily, as you can see, it's like welded in there or something. It's built in, so you can't just pull it out. Yeah, a little bit more complicated than I was anticipating. Again, I could push this down. I won't be able to put it back though. So that would be if I just want to get the cord, well, I'd free the cord and then what? Maybe if I did that, is there some kind of kink in here somewhere? I thought the kink was out here somewhere, but now it turns out no matter what I do with the cord, it can only stay good for about a second or two, and then even if it doesn't move. So I don't know. Alright, well, might not really be able to do much with it now that I think about it. If anybody has any ideas, I guess, let me know. Thanks for watching. Actually, a couple of little things I'm realizing about the JLF here. You can see this is a rectangular or a square gate, restrictor gate. It's not octagonal, which I kind of would have thought it would have been, but it's kind of what I would have expected, I guess. Which gives you a little bit more accuracy, I guess, on this thing with the diagonal. So here's like up left, up right, I'm sorry. I'm wondering if this is where there's a little dust here. Kind of wondering how that even got there, actually. But this is as loud as it can be. doesn't sound this loud, you know, when the bottom's on. It muffles it a little. But again, you can see the design of it. And it always bounces back to neutral. Yeah, the stick was working fine. Always goes back to neutral. You can see there's no real worrying about friction issues. The only really you have just it'll bump against these things, but this thing, there's no signs of wear and tear really on this from on this inner ring here from the from this kind of stuff. And yeah, you don't see any areas of there's a lot of air here, in between until it gets to a position it stops. So it's not, it doesn't have. So yeah, all this stuff here is really, it's mod. It discourages modding, it really does, or tampering, or just even troubleshooting. So yeah, I don't really know if I can say that much. The other stick I've taken apart, and it doesn't have this panel here. Once you've taken off the bottom, you can see all the guts of the Hori. And what I was saying before was it has, all the buttons have 2 cords, same color, just like this. Different color codes, though, of course, as you might expect. And then there's a bundle that comes where they gets one wire from each button goes down, and then there's like a little bundle, and then they're taped together, and then another wire from each button goes into the stick, I believe. Some goes down to the, but you only had like 6 wires coming from the PCB. I mean, from the stick to the motherboard thing, to the PCB. And then I just had like one piece of tape for one bundle and another piece of tape for another bundle. There was Scotch tape, really. So that was simpler, I guess, that way. Here you've got this extra protection. It also really discourages manipulation. So that's it. I'm just going to kind of let it sit for a while. So thanks for watching. Oh yeah, so the whole point of these things, obviously now, I guess probably it's obvious to a lot of other people, but the whole point of these screws is not as a means of holding this bottom cover on. It's just to keep these rubber stoppers in place. That's the only reason they're there. So they don't go into the bottom panel here, into the secondary inner panel. So there's no point in trying to unscrew them or anything like that. The only reason, well, with this guy you do unscrew everything, but you just have these little, but you didn't have a little screw in here in these guys to hold them together. So there you just unscrew everything, but not with this guy. So yeah.